What's going on, guys? PepperBelly here, bringing you some more Warframe Beta gameplay. This is update 6 of the beta, so they actually included a whole bunch of new things, which I'm going to be talking about, because they added a variety of new stuff to spice up the game and make it more interesting. And one of the things you can probably tell right away is the new environment. Now they added it so you can actually traverse inside of asteroids, which is pretty awesome. I know one of the major complaints I had on my impressions video for this game, and most people's complaints in general, is the fact that the game got pretty stale because of the same repetitive, confined environments of the space station, and it was just really boring, constantly fighting the same area, essentially farming endlessly for items that you need. Like even right now, I am trying to farm for Morphix, which is a component you need, some kind of like mineralized thing, basically that you need to create the new dual Zorans, which are these brand new dual-handed axes that they actually released with the recent update as well. They actually added a variety of new weapons, mostly melee weapons. They actually added helmets too, so you can actually go out and buy. Unfortunately, you have to pay. I don't know if you can acquire them by building them with blueprints, but so far it seems you have to actually purchase them outright. But they are certain helmets for certain Warframes, and they offer like different attributes. So they're not just like purely cosmetic. Sometimes they'll actually offer more statistical like boosts. So you'll get like a boost to your damage, but you have reduced stamina and stuff like that. So it kind of adds new elements, so like it's not going to be the same stale stuff all the time. And in fact, they're actually constantly adding new attributes to the game consistently. So like literally every time I launch the game, there will be a new update or something similar to that nature that just completely changes everything. So far the updates have been pretty pleasing, but this one's probably the one that is completely added the most things, added new elements, and just made the game a lot better. They added like cutscenes for bosses like you saw a little while ago. That used to not be there. You used to just be walking in and you just see the boss and go and kill him. That is an actual like intro to him. They added wall running, which is pretty neat. You can actually like run along walls and shit, which you'll see me do in a bit, where I start like running along the walls, shooting people in the face, fucking badass Matrix style. It's so awesome. And of course they also added new tweaks to the way the bosses' drop rates are and stuff like that. And the way they actually fight too, because before it was like sometimes the bosses would glitch or they just have really weird things that would happen that is clearly not intended, and now it's actually balanced properly and it's a lot nicer. They also added a brand new planet. It's called Ceres, I think. I don't really know how you pronounce it. It's just C-E-R-E-S. You have to access it through Neptune, I believe. That's actually a pretty neat planet. It's a higher level planet, so don't just go there and be like, oh, right, I'm a level 1 or a level 0. Let's do this shit. Because you're going to get slaughtered. I'm like a level 2 and I still get destroyed. I haven't even been there yet, but there's planets that I've fought on that are lower levels, and I got my ass handed to me, so I can imagine that going to that planet. It's more like an end game type thing, so once you actually get up to the level and you unlock every planet and you're able to complete them all, then you would go to that one and start doing a lot of damage. And last but not least of the major additions would be 2 additional Warframes, which is kind of nice. They actually have this new one called Frost, which I currently own the blueprints for. I'm actually in the process of building my Rhino. It's pretty much done. Well, not done yet. It's going to be done soon. And then I'm going to eventually work on Frost. And Frost is this new Warframe that, well, if you can just guess by the name, likes ice and winter stuff. His abilities are more or less about freezing people and causing avalanches to swarm in and just crush everything in its path and turn them to ice, and they shatter, and it's pretty awesome. And then, of course, they have this, it kind of reminds me of like Dota 2, the way that you like basically he'll just kind of smash the ground, and then a huge ice like path will just fly out in front of him, dealing heavy damage to everybody in front of him, like icicles sticking out of the ground in front of him, you know what I mean, if that makes perfect sense. Kind of like a spell ability you would picture in traditional RPGs and shit, except it'd be like stones instead. This time it's ice. And there's Nyx, which is this brand new female character, so they're actual female Warframes and there are male Warframes, for those of you that don't know that. And the new female Warframe Nyx is pretty much all about mind control, which is kind of neat. So you can like psychically tailor an enemy to fight for her and stuff like that, or you can like make their brains implode and deal damage and things like that. It's kind of neat, and it's probably not what I would go for, because I'm more into like Frost, because he sounds pretty awesome, hence why I bought his blueprint, because I want to be able to cause avalanches inside of buildings. That sounds so fucking amazing. I don't know why you would not want to do that. But basically it's going to be really cool. Everything that they added is just getting better. Like this game, at first I was kind of like, meh, I don't really know whether or not it's going to be like that great because of the state I saw it in at first. It was really fun. It was really repetitive though, but it was really, really fun, and I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I still do enjoy it thoroughly. And I play with my friends all the time because we're kind of like obsessed with this game just as much as I am. And the more additions they're making, and the fact that it's still pretty early on in beta, and I don't think they're anywhere really close to being, finished. So I'm pretty sure by the time the game is fully released, it'll be a pretty exquisite product. It'll be a great game, and I'm hoping that they'll actually add numerous more environments. I'm still hoping for a planet-side mission, like where you're fighting on the surface of a planet, or just do something completely different. Like, you need to just spice up the environments more, make things more interesting. I don't really know how to explain it better than that, but just constantly being confined in the same areas with like 4 different colors all the time, you know what I mean? Like the blue neon lights, and that's pretty much all you got going for you. Or now we're inside here, so it's rocky and green lights instead. You gotta like alter that a bit. You gotta make a lot more environments, make it more interesting and a lot more fresh. So every time someone plays the game, they're gonna have a new experience. It's gonna be a lot more fun. The game essentially feels like Mass Effect's Online. If you guys have actually played Mass Effect 3's Online, you'll be familiar with the idea that basically just puts you on a map, and it's like horde mode style shit, or you gotta do certain objectives and you just keep going around the area and killing things. That's why I like it so much. I actually really, really loved Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. Although it was very simple, it was actually a lot of fun just to constantly like rank up your, level up your characters and stuff, and just get their abilities all awesome. And even though it was really rinse and repeat sometimes, it was still a lot of fun, because sometimes rinse and repeat can be fun. It's not going to be like the same, unless it's really, really dull where things don't get interesting ever, then no, it's not going to be good. As long as it provides a satisfying feeling of accomplishment and killing and awesomeness, you're going to have fun with the game, even though it can be slightly repetitive. But they can still do things to improve what it's already at right now to make it less repetitive, make it more exciting for the average player. So the casual gamer that comes in here is not going to be disappointed or thrown off right away because he realizes he has to spend hundreds of hours, a little bit exaggerated, but still a lot of time to actually acquire everything you need. Because getting the blueprints actually takes forever. And the thing I noticed about this game is that if I were to literally shell out money and purchase every item in this game, I'd probably be immediately bored with it. The thing that makes this game so great at the moment is the fact that I'm working towards all these items. Once I actually get all these items, I'm going to be happy. But at the same time, there has to be something that's going to make it still fun, because if I'm just like plowing through everything with every item I have, I'm no longer enjoying the game because I have nothing to work for. There's no end goal that I'm trying to accomplish. It's literally just me sitting here going, alright, I got everything I wanted because I cheaped out and spent money and bought everything. So right now, they need to do something to alter that. So not only can earning your items be really fun, which is what I prefer doing, that's why I like to farm so much in this game, is just because I like to go out and try to earn all the items I can, collecting them all to the point where I can actually finally build my blueprint. And that requires work, that gives you satisfaction that you accomplish something. So not having that and just buying everything in the game and then playing through it, it's kind of boring because going after the bosses, there's really no purpose to it. There's really no purpose to anything because now you're just an all-powerful being blazing through all the levels, killing everything with no real purpose as to why you're doing it. So hopefully they can make it interesting. They can add something that makes it fun even if you have all the things in your inventory, like everything you can possibly own. Otherwise, I can see a lot of players just getting really bored because they don't have any goals or anything to actually accomplish in this game other than just blazing through levels for no reason. Which, like I said, can get stale. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Take care, guys.